Welcome everybody to another Murktide video. I am stocking up all those Murktide videos because I'm testing for the RC in Ghent. I don't exactly know when I'll be publishing them, but that will be going to my YouTube channel eventually. What do we have in front of me? I have a version with 4 Murktide Regent. This is a card that was at some point low, but now I'm back. A fully Murktide is great. The reason is that Solution and Leyline Binding are part on an all-time low, and those cards are the one that punishes this card the most. Outside of that, there's really not that many clean ways of killing it. Scam is like Terminate, Yawgmoth has Grist, but if you dodge those, or just, even like play multiple Murktides, you have Force, Subtlety, and of course Counterspell, as well as Scalding for Grist, Pilferers, and so on. You can't just win with a single card. Again, the name Blue Murktide came because when this deck came out, I believed that this was by far the best card in the deck, and that's how I gave the name to this deck. So it was a time where there was only 2, but now I'm back at 4. I'm playing 1 Consider, although this card is terrible. Like, this card is so much worse than Preordain that is not even close. Like, when you go Consider, and you like the top card, that's it. You draw a card, and I don't know, that's bad. Although, of course, there are some better things, like drawing it with Bauble, or you draw these things, and so on. You don't know why people aren't playing Shredder. It's good against Rhinos and Yawg. It's definitely good against Rhinos, not against Yawg. I mean, it's a fine card against Yawg. But yeah, that's it, kinda. That's really it. Like, maybe you shouldn't say it's good in the mirror match, but it does die to removal early. It's just, I think that Shredder, again, was good in that world where they had a lot of removals, but for Murktide, you needed to close the game somehow, and that one was a card that gave you card selection, etc. You hate Shredder as Yawgmoth. Interesting. I mean, that's fine. I've played a lot of Shredder, so I can definitely like hop back up if I feel like it. But so far, I am low on it. I can see playing 1. I remember last Murktide video I played 1. I can see playing 1. Just actually, maybe 1 is not even good, because then like you're just warping your plays around it, like you hold bubbles or stuff like that. I don't know. Like I dropped Shredder in favor of I dropped Shredder in favor of Questing Druid. Now I cut Questing Druid. I found like the card was a little bit clunky against there's just so many fast decks right now. I wanted to play this free interaction spells. Why consider over change the equation? Well, there are 2 different cards. Change the equation is the 5th counter spell, and consider makes my deck a little bit more fast with Murktide. It could also be Thought Scour, to be honest with you. But yeah, I plan on playing a little bit more Murktide now. I do play this deck every week for the past, I don't know, 2.5 years, but it's mostly just yeah, I just want to play a little bit more now. Well, Force of Negation over Subtlety. I mean, diversifying. Like, there's no real answers to all your questions. Okay, here, for example, I'll draw consider to be another card. Like, this is the 5th Preordain, and I don't need it now, but yeah, it makes the deck faster, I guess, yeah. That's what you can say. And here again, for example, if I had Shredders, I would have needed to keep my bubble. Whereas now I can just jam. I'm not saying it's good to jam the bubble, but it will likely make your turn 2, if you don't draw Shredder, better. It looks like it's the mirror. I have Delirium soon. The mirror. Let's see. I'll bubble myself first. I grab Island. Iteration. No, ho sbagliato. Oh, sorry. Supposed to play Preordain there. Alright, pass. Hello, Yankuri. That's why you should always touch the spell first and then the mana. Remember the rule with iteration, you hold it, you put them all here on the corner, and then you play them when you run out of lands. That's how we play them. Lands to the bottom. What about this spell? I think it's okay. I don't want to play Channeler because my opponent can just counterspell it now. They don't have Delirium, so Channeler doesn't die to Unholy Heat at the moment. Okay. I want to go Channeler, Unholy Heat. Yeah, I could have gone Stern Scolding. Okay, that's good. Just wanted to go Channeler and Surveil with it, but yeah, I could have gone Stern Scolding for sure. Okay, I like to go Scolding here because if I wouldn't go Spell Pierce, they tap out for Murktide. I'll play Iteration now. If they go Counterspell, I can slam a large Murktide. I think I want to make it 7-7. Because they have Subtlety. And also remember, I have 3 more Murktide in my deck. It's very likely that I just draw it again. Okay, opponent goes Delirium now. Hello. Alright, drop. The counterspell this, I'll play a new one. Now I have to hope they don't go for 8-8 Murktide. I may regret making it 7-7. Because if I make it 8-8, it's annoying. Alright, they concede. No answer to Murktide. I don't have anything particularly good in this matchup. I don't have Hers. I don't have Mystical Dispute. But this is really a matchup where your main deck is good, like if you look at your main deck, there's really nothing you want to cut. I could try Fable. This is a card that I always wonder if it was good or not. So I guess I may try it now. That's really like go bigger approach with Subtlety and Fable, and cutting spell plus Force of Negation. My goal is just to. I have 2 Scalding main. I definitely don't want more. Probably 2 main is already too much. Yeah, so I just wanted to do this approach, and goal here is to just make land drops. It's really not a clean way to sideboard in the mirror match, and I'm not saying this to conceal information or anything. It's just, it's really... Like, it's... In Ghent's gonna be open deck list, so you can know, like, if your opponent has hers, you'll know if your opponent has shredders, and so on and so forth. Yeah, Force Scolding. I definitely play Force Scolding now. In the 75. Yawgmoth matchup is a nightmare, and it's good against Scam as well. Brazen Borrower is better than Consider. Sure, I mean, it's a different card. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, again, there's really... You can build this deck how you want. There's no... Wish this was a Spell Pierce now. I'll play Consider in order to justify going for Murktide, but yeah, if you play Brazen Borrowers, that doesn't even go to the graveyard, so... Try hit land drop. Why didn't you use Fairy Islet anymore? Fairy Islet was the 19th land, and now we're on 18th land, because Preordain makes the deck more solid. But again, like, there's really no... I want to stress this more. There's no rule. I just need to find a removal spell for this Shredder. Which won't be that hard with Iteration, but I guess if I do Iteration, that will, it dodges Bolt. Yeah, this Mercury is too tiny, I think, to play. You wanted to dodge, you wanted to dodge, Unholy Heat. Vivo. Buongiorno, Pivo. Someone said I say that to every YouTube video I make, and I guess I'll keep on doing that. Buongiorno, Pivo. 52 months. I'll see you soon. In 2 days, we'll go to Ghent. Am I still testing? Already decided to get Shredder for Ghent. I mean, today it's Wednesday as I stream, and I have 2 leagues to play, and tomorrow it's Thursday, and I have 2 leagues to play, so still like a lot of ideas to get down, but so far I don't want to play Shredder anymore, but things might change for sure. Wow, Fable. They discarded a land. Amazing. Amazing. How about this Shredder? Was it impressive? I don't think so. Of course, if they discarded a spell, I would have been annoyed, but I still have, like, Unholy Heat and such. Was Fable impressive? We'll see. I mean, if they discard 2 lands, draw 2 spell, and turn the game around, maybe it's impressive. I want to go Island Merc pass. I want to make it 8-8 if I can. Can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I can. 8-8 and pass. Wow, they don't discard anything. They should have definitely discarded a spell then. Oh, is this double Merc? It could be double Merc. Unfortunately, I don't have a blue card. Why 8-8? Because if they have theirs and they make it 8-8, well, at least we trade. I think they have double Merc. Makes sense to not discard it, I guess, then. Alright, I should have definitely killed this thing in begin combat. I didn't have a stop in combat, so I can't block. I can block because then this dice will no hit. You just do a 3-3 opponent. What's the worst that can happen? First one is a 3-3, the second one is a 7-7. Oh wow, you seek the beast. You didn't have a treasure. What you flip? 2 lands. Sedge. Sedge. Kinda sad to see Questing Druid flipping 2 lands. It's very common. People build their deck to beat Murktide going bigger, and they just die to Murktide Regent. Like, Mono Black Coffers is the same. They just have a 7-7 Merc. Yeah, 7-7 Merc. This Questing Druid could have been a spell that went to the graveyard. Instead, it's a spell that goes to the Exile Zone. Good morning, Lawless. Just say I do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Speaking, they have Giganta and they have Bloodstained Mire. Is that an Asmo deck? Maybe. I can play one drop. They may have Orcish Bowmaster. Let's go Preordain and bottom all the spells. Sure. Let's see what's that. What deck is that? Man, anytime I put in fetches on the turn for a chop land, I think about the new Scryland. I think the new Scryland are gonna be good. Oh wow, Renantics. Jan Saga, it seems. That's tough. That's a tough pickle. I'm gonna pass with Counterspell up. I know I could have dashed Ragavan, but I don't have anything to do. They may play like a Fable or whatever. Hmm. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Actually, in Ghent, do they speak German or French? I think Ghent is the German part of no, it's Dutch. Oh, aspetta, aren't ma come Dutch? We're in Belgium. That's wait, is that in the Netherlands, Ghent? I feel very ignorant right now, but I'm super. Yeah, it's in Belgium. I know that. Yeah, but isn't Dutch like the Netherlands? You live tonight? Wow, that's early. Nice. Seek the Beast. Ooh, everyone's playing this card and revealing two lands apparently. Top half of Belgium speaks Dutch. Sub language called Flemish. Oh, I see. Fiammingo. Yeah. I got it. I got it. Nada. Let's just play this iteration. Hope to get lucky. If not, pack it up. If forgot to pick up. Wow, we did not get lucky. That's sorry. We did get lucky. That's very lucky, actually. Well done, Mengu. Well done. Andrea, man, I have so many lands. No, come orco. You did the LCQ on Friday. Nice. What'd you play? Do you know already? You used to play Tron, right? You sticking to that? My opponent has 2 land exiled, 2 land in hand, red and 6. Buongiorno, Ranella. Buongiorno. They play Questing Druid. I think I can win this game. How big is my Merc? 7/7. We count us with backup. Leading again. Strong. Strong. Or I can go double channeler. Double channeler I can go. Maybe not that bad, right? I mean, I can like ping and bolt. I think it's good to go double channeler now. kind of take the focus on these guys before I take Graveyard away. You want to heat? What do you want to heat? The Wren? I think Wren and 6, like, people remember when Wren and 6 was good. So you still have this memory of Wren and 6 being good. But it just isn't. I don't know. Maybe I just hate it so much and I just ignore it. I mean, if they want to bolt this and ping, that's okay. We traded Channeler for Pirate Spellbomb. We don't have to worry about Wren and 6. We can keep Heat for, I don't know, if they play like a threat. You want to have also Big Merc. Yeah. I mean, dropping Merc is... No, actually, if you have if you drop Merc, Channeler is weak, so you can't do that. I think it's fine. Opponent ticks up Bren. Okay. Taking my turn. Let me attack Bren with 1. I just make sure their emblem isn't like terminate every turn. That's a little bit clunky that my Murktide Regent takes the Channeler away. Tempted to just play Ragavan here. To have more graveyard. No, I definitely don't have to play Merc. I don't want to kill Bren. Or should I kill Bren? If I kill Bren, then I can go Ragavan. And then I have more things in the graveyard for... What if instead of killing Bren, I kill something else? The thing is that these things are meaningless. Like, I don't have to kill any of those. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'll play Ragavan and pass. Or, I can actually do play Ragavan, Heat, 2 cards in the graveyard. And then I can play Merc, keep Delirium. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then I have Force of Negation. Okay, let's do that. Maybe instead of playing Ragavan, I should just top 3 for Merc. Maybe then I should have just attacked face. Anyway, let's keep Delirium here. I have 4 types, so it's gonna be easy. I just need to keep these 4. And pass. What would they do end of turn? Nothing, okay. Molten Collapse? Yeah. Force. Double Surveil. This means 8. If you click the button 8, it will auto pass every time you're tapped out. It's like Arena. Okay, they go Shock the Merc, and then what? Unholy Heat? Unholy Heat, okay. Their hand is probably Giganta 3 lands, I'm assuming. Has 8 ever bugged out on you? 5. I draw Preordain, I force the trade by attacking with all air. And then I can cast Preordain. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways that Magical Land can bug you. Alright, we did draw the Preordain, so yeah, that's why I didn't block. Knowing Murktide inside out means a lot of things. Like, it means that, like, 'cause you can dig exactly for what you want. Obviously, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter, you dig, but you just draw land. But most of the time in Magic, if you know what you're looking for in a cantrip deck, you'll be more, yeah, I mean, it'll go much better. So you can see here, this is why, like, I don't have to explain it again, but, like, this is why Preordain is infinite times better than Consider. Because you look at the top 2 card, you like the first, but you bottom the second one. Remember when Preordain got unbanned, people were still high on Consider, because obviously, you know, you haven't played with Preordain ever. But just knowing that the second card is bad and you can bottom it, so that next turn we're going to draw it, it's immense. Why Murktide today? That's a good question. That's a good question. I am taking a little bit of a precaution, I guess, for the testing of the RC. I had planned to do other things, but then I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure that viewers will love to see a Murktide video, you know, even if it's not Friday or Sunday or whatever. Anyway, Castillo Fire is probably good here because they have for sure hers. I mean, it's not for sure, but maybe it's not good. Yeah, we're going to put Blue Black Gak in Legacy. We'll see. I mean, after Ghent, I can decide, but for now, how do I like this? What about Brotherhood? You got scared if it's Friday. Brotherhood End or EE versus Saga tokens? Oh yeah, I haven't thought about Saga. I haven't thought about versus Saga. You're right. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have had this something. Also, explosive skill. I suppose it kills the Murktide, maybe. Sorry to go with him and to say not the Murktide. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. You don't like Force. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, they didn't show Saga, but it's not guaranteed. Do I own a Modo account or a share? I own. I used to share, but now it's all mine. Signor il Grande. I lend the cards to a lot of my friends though. It's called Mengu Traders or Mana Mengu. And you don't even pay it apparently. But you know, it's not for everyone. Should have 100% forced this brand. I just F6'd for some reason. Three card types. Just pass. I had Force, I could have played Murktide 5-5 this turn. Man, not forcing was such a punt. I don't know why I have sixth. I don't know, explosives, it's usually overcosted answer. It's a card that I really don't like outside of Urza Saga and Rhinos. But if I see Saga, then maybe it's okay. Oh, they do have Saga. Huh. They just got unlucky so far. You haven't played Paper since Lek Lil. Oh, you'll conquer Zora? Yeah, I look forward to see you. Alright, let's go ahead and counter this. And then let's just hope to draw blue card, jam a Murktide, pass. If I don't draw blue card, we'll see. We'll see what to do. Alright, I can go Channeler Preordain. He is a blue card, but I also have Delirium this way. I just like to do the Delirium things first, and then when they kill the Channeler and such, then I go for Murktide. Yeah, now it's bottom man. Nice, hello Subtlety there. What about Otawara? Actually, I don't like Otawara. I think it was very reasonable to go Murktide that turn. I would use that Surveil Delirium thing. We obviously push and bolt and heat as well. I guess the Murktide was small, whereas now maybe larger. And now I also turn on heat. We'll see. Otawara would have let me go heat plus Merc. Okay. I'll do that. I'll go heat plus Merc. I'll make it 7/7 this way. Plays around the Unholy Heat, which my opponent plays. Now, Blood Moon doesn't stop my opponent colors. It's here for Urza Saga, I guess. There it is. Rejamming Giganta. Rejamming Jaggy. I'll subtlety that. Zero mana for 5. Snow-covered islands? Yeah. The narrative wants you to have snow-covered islands to beat, to get value with Ragavan. The reality is that everyone does it, so why don't you? Alright, so it's Stone Rain, play Mountain, attack, pass. What did you put, Jagantha? You put it at the bottom, okay. Yeah, there was a moment when Hammer Time was playing the On Thin Ice. Similar things of why you should change your fetches. Like here, actually it happened yesterday. We were playing Mono Black Coffers, and our opponent had we had Dothy. We missed the 4th land for the One Ring, and my opponent had a Polluted Delta in their exile. So I was able to use Dothy to get the Polluted Delta, fetch for Swamp, play Ring. If they only had Misty Rainforest and Flooded Strand, they couldn't have done that, so... Alright, here, look at that. The little consider. Again, not a good card, but it's the fifth Preordain in order to justify playing for Murktide. And honestly, it's like this hand makes sense. Like this hand here makes sense. I mean, we just said it, Laura. We just said it, literally. It's tough to do both YouTube and Twitch and not repeat yourself all the time. Consider yeah, okay. Alright. Let's go Channeler. See if they go Stern Scolding. They don't. Upgrade to anything. I want lands at this stage of the game. Bauble? Merda, un altro. Porco dinci. It's a lot. Consider is worse than Serum Visions. Is it, you think? I mean, I could just play Thought Scour, to be honest. Now, looking at the top card and drawing it feels so miserable. Okay, so playing against Living End. My hand sucks against Living End. I can never beat this matchup with this hand. Maybe I could have just jammed Murktide and hoped they didn't have it. But I guess this may get me Delirium if I find Bauble. Not gonna happen, but if it happens, we can go Murktide Counterspell next turn. I'm gonna bluff a Spell Pierce. Maybe they play around it. You don't know. Cascade players are always scared of something. They play the best deck in the format, but they're super scared. So it balances out. But I shocked. There's no 100% I have one of my two spell pieces in my hand. 100%. Otherwise, why would I shock? I did an F6. I must have it. Told you I had it. Okay. Let's attack for one. And then let's play Murktide because I need to put a clock. Murktide players always have it. It's insane. I've never not seen a Murktide players without Spell Pierce against the Cascade deck. Oh, guarda, ma 7-7. I mean, they just need, like, outbursts. The classic straight rate in response to a Murktide Regent. Good. Maybe Subtlety. Why didn't you straight rate in your turn? You could have found, like, Grave Force of Negation. Grave Shardless. Va bene. Ooh, Ragavan. Yeah, you didn't get game one. is always the best deck, but post sideboard things get worse, especially against my list with 3 Flusterstorm and 1 Chalice. I see list with 2 Flusterstorm and 0 Chalices, and I'm like, you guys have never played against Living End. Or if you did, you got lucky. That's 7. So I can cut all of my bolts, but it's not great because they actually do hard cast a lot against you. So I don't like this. I think I'd rather go like this. Maybe on the play Magus of the Moon over another Stern Scolding. Yeah, let's do this. Thank you, Viano. I appreciate it. The moderator moderating. Chalice feels so awkward with EE and Bauble. Well, think about it this way. If Chalice is in play, you win the game. So he might be as awkward as you want. But if he wins you the game, you're happy about it. What are the Stern Scolding targets? Grief. Mostly grief. This end could be clunky, but you know, I definitely can't mulligan it. So just keep it and see what happens. You like Mouse of the Moon? 2? Yeah, I could see that. If we draw Mishra as well, it does nothing, but I wanted to play this in case they have grief. Oh wow, they got second Steam vents. That's weird. Nice. I'll just cast Ragavan and pass here. You can go Bone Crusher Giant. I wonder if they have Endurance. Maybe not, considering the land they got. Alright, opponent shocks and taps, pass. Because the drawing Unholy Heat feels so poor, but it's not that your sideboard cards are better. Like, it's not if I had like Stern Scolding or Subtlety, I'd be happy, you know? I think I'll just pass with all my counters up. Ooh, Borrower. Oh wow, that was the answer to Chalice. I wonder if I should play it. Probably okay. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Boseiju into? Like, my hand is still stuck, so. Boseiju Grief Evoked into Cascaders. What do you wanna do with Grief? Is that Persecute? Discard all the blue cards? Plus, Boseiju gives me an untap land, so. I think they can win with, like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't even think there's a combination of cards in the whole game. Like, maybe. Like Black Lotus, Doomsday, and 3 Pact of Negation. Not even, because they have Flusterstorm. So Black Lotus, Doomsday, Veil of Summer, Veil of Summer, Veil of Summer. Yes. That's probably about it. Okay, I have it. Black Lotus, Doomsday. No, you don't even win. It's Black Lotus, Doomsday. I don't know, actually. What 5 cards in the game could win that game here? This is classic Living End game 2 on the draw. They never win. But then game 3, they're on the play. You don't draw Ragavan. Oh, wow. You know, Otawara the Brazen Borrower. That's that's funny. Ooh, generous end. That's large. You know, guys, I still remember a game where where I was in a spot like this. I tapped all my lands, and then my opponent Force of Vigored my treasures, and they went shardless, and I lost. I still remember that. So in my back of my mind, I always have the option: can they have Force of Vigor for my treasures? So should I tap a treasure and leave up island? Something like this. All these like losses in your life make you a better player. Like losing the 0.1% game is what make you a better player. I was in a Star City game. I went Star City game in Dallas on Friday. Or actually, was it the main event? It was the main event on Saturday. I was playing against Living End, and yeah, that's what happened. I passed, tapped out, couldn't lose with 2 counters up, and they force vigored my treasures. My counters weren't like this. It was like counterspell spell pierce. So I was locked out. There's no way I could play around it. I had 2 treasures up. And 2 counters in hand. It's game 3 probably, yeah. I think it's game 3, something like that. Yeah, it was SCG Dallas. It's when I went to Aspiring Spike, so that was at the Professor. What's that? Like that week where I went to America for shooting with the Professor, and then I went to Aspiring Spike house. Urine was still legal at the time. All right, game 3. Would I rather play Living End or Amulet at the RC? I would never play Living End. It's a miserable gameplay. I dislike it a lot. Amulet is good if you know what you're doing. It's probably very fun. Do I want to have... No, I think on the draw it's impossible that Magus is good. And see a world where I tap out for it. I went to America for shooting. Wait, don't you call it that way when you make a video? Mulligan. Keep. What's my favorite modern deck? This one right here. Very fun. Alright, we have Land Ragavan. Very powerful. I mean, Amulet is the better deck, I think. Living End is like insane win rate game 1, but you know, post sideboard. I mean, depends. If you play against the 3 explosives, 2 Flusterstorm guys, then sure. But if the Murktide players are prepared, and if the Scam players are prepared, if the Yawgmoth, like... It's like not very... I don't know. They have Sunken Ruin, Stomping Ground in their deck. That's funny. The Nimble Pilferer. Turn 1. Hello, Starless. Any popper later? No. Testing for the European tournament. It's a big deal. It's an important tournament. Granted, I will not care that much if I lose. I will be moderately happy if I win. So, giving in some more testing, last minute testing. All right, let's go for a Preordain. I have 2 counters up. I don't want this. I want that. Go. I won't even go to the weekly league this time. The weekly Pauper League, because on Friday we leave very early in the morning and I don't want to arrive tired. Although yesterday I had a mail day where I got the Standard Bearer and the Acolytes to play the Glitter deck, the sideboard. Those were the cards I was missing. Honestly, I'm very happy when I find cards I don't own, so I have to buy. I know that most people might be different, but I'm very happy to see a list and be like, oh, cool, I don't know, I don't own that card, and then I'll buy it. All right. Let me take a screenshot of this, because some people may not want Stern Scolding against Living End, and this is the reason why you want it. I mean, you want a Stern Scolding against anyone. This card is broken! Remember, it was a 4th season and a person came up to me and said, oh, did you see this new card they're releasing? Stern Scolding, it's called. What do you think about it? I'm like, nah, it's not very good. It doesn't counter Brennan 6 or Chalice. You must play spells in there. And he goes, but it counters Grief and Yawgmoth. Can you believe it? I'm like, yeah, but this deck sucks. Yawgmoth, that's the worst deck ever. Grief, nobody plays it. And then they played, and then they made Delighted Halfling, Orcish Bowmaster, Agatha Soul Cauldron. Just these decks just broken off. Best deck in the format. They banned the Fury. Just, it's yeah. I love the Magic history, like how the game evolves. Basically, it's very fun. You can't find Santa Bearers anywhere. I can tell you a place where you can find them: the internet. They have everything. And I paid a whopping price of €2 each. Plus shipment. Okay, I don't want to know. Aspetta, maybe actually I want Unholy Heat. I don't want another Stern Scolding. But I do want Unholy Heat. Yeah. But guys, like, Yawgmoth was bad. Like, Yawgmoth was not a good deck. They made it busted. They printed like 20 cards in 2 sets. It was a budget deck, Yawgmoth, at the time. Alright, what if I go Force of Negation here? Minor misstep. Oh, minor misstep. Minor misstep. That was a card that I was in love with. Anyway, we'll go Fluster. Nah, it was fine. It was like, Yawg was like the 10th deck or 12th deck. It was not very good. Yeah, let's do Force of Negation. Actually, I want to go Steam Vents because like next turn I may play Iterations. It's like Tron before the One Ring. It was a fine deck, but it wasn't particularly good. Whereas with the One Ring, I remember playing the One Ring the first time in Tron, and I felt like, wait a second, is this like, is this the future? And I remember talking to the Tron players like, oh, I hate the ring. I hope they ban it. I mean, like, why? Aren't you like a Tron player? Yeah, but I don't want to buy it. I'm like, your deck just became like a very good deck. And you want to ban the card that made it very good because you don't want to buy it. Like, that's, I guess, a mindset I cannot grasp. It's all about the money. It's all about the money, money, money. Allora, let's do Channeler, Bauble, e Bauble. Nah. Attacco. And if they go Endurance, actually, they can go Endurance. All right. Yeah, the ring is what now? 50? Did he lost some value, right? The beginning I remember was like 80. I remember that weekend when like all the vendors didn't have it, and all the bundles were going for like in crazy prices. Sunken Ruins, Stomping Ground, yes. Why Merc in the bin? I have creatures in play. I don't need a Merc. I want to draw more counters. Like there's still a way I lose this game. They go like Grief plus. They go like Grief plus Cascade. I lose. When I draw like Counterspell or more, cards like that. You have any flyers? Yeah. Yeah, nowadays, if there is all living end, you lose 100%. Back in the days, sometimes you were able to beat the living end graveyard. But now with Generous Ant and Oliphant, it's really hard. Yeah, I mean, I can see losing this game. I dig for counters. It just only found like Force of Negation Expressive. And Yeah, find Counterspell here. Spepis doesn't even work anymore. Alright, I'll take Preordain. It gives me like four looks. Here it is. And then I'll play a Murktide some lethal next turn. Do we want to play around Force of Vigor on the treasures? Nah. Actually, I have another treasure, so it's okay. Also, I can't play around Force of Vigor on the treasures. Oh, Mystical Dispute, huh? Well, the thing is that if I don't play this, I'm not lethal next turn, so they can go like Shardless, counter, and then next turn Shardless, and I lose. If they had Mystical Dispute, maybe they wouldn't have griefed. They would have just comboed last turn. I think it's hard to play around everything. Yeah, I died to Mystical Dispute, you're right. Maybe I could have played around it. They concede. Yes. Alright, I'll take a bathroom break and I'll come back for round number 4. Alright, Sloppy Sanchez. Buen dia, Sloppy Sanchez. My hand... my hand doesn't do anything. Hopefully my opponent does something, so that my hand does something. Okay, so Oscar Mage. Stern Scolding. Best card ever. Are people mean at competitive relevance? Yeah. Always expect the worst. But if they're nice, be happy. That's my approach. But also, like, I'm privileged because, like, people are usually nice to me. But, people just want to win, you know? Like, don't expect that you can take your playback, for example. You're a Mengucci finance enjoyer. Easiest way to tell when a card is going to spike is when you sell it. Yes, for sure. Alright, I'll draw the bubble. It gives me delirium. Man, my hand evolved well. I was supposed to play this. I didn't realize I F6'd. What if? What if we do this? Will you say that I'm more serious in person than on stream? I mean, I'm a content creator. I'll try to be nice both on stream and in person. But, you know, I still don't let you take your playback if you're playing at the RC, you know? Like... I'm gonna go iteration. What did you put your monsters with spear? On the top. How about I just go... Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go hand, bottom, exile. Man, my hand evolved nice. He wasn't very good, but look at it now. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. Le Chan, davanti siete forti. 1 mana 1/1, scry 1 mana 3/3 flyer, scry 1. Oh yeah, Master Sister, I knew about that one. Out of the game, yeah. Mhm. Do you use any specific playmat? Nah. I don't want to say I literally picked the last one on top of my pile, but, you know, close to that. Closer to that than actually having a choice. Aspetta. I have to Unholy Heat first. I mean, I was one of the first people to use the playmat, I swear, at the PT. Like, at the PT, nobody used the playmat. I was always using the playmat. Like, this is like 10 years ago or stuff like that. Always had all my tokens, all my dice, life pod, and shit like that. People just never cared. I always was very diligent about my stuff. People like calling the judge all the time to ask for tokens. I'm like, you drafted 2 weeks. You just throw away all your tokens. Why don't you just bring the tokens that you drafted from? No, you just call the judge and then you're like upset that they don't have the tokens. You know, it's almost like all of this that killed pro magic. It's like all this elitism around the pro player. The pro player, we have to be worshipped because we're pro. Just give me the tokens, judge. This is something I always hated about that. I know that you didn't ask me that question. Now I just brought back some memories about it. All right. Stern Scolding in. Although on the draw, maybe it's not so good. Hold on, I wanna. You know what? I actually want to take out Ragavan because this is bad against Lava Dart. Manco Subtlety. I don't know how to sideboard. Flusterstorm any good? Maybe. You think explosives are good? Yeah. Explosives are always so miserable though. When they only have one creature and you have explosives, you're like, ugh. You also have Shredder in your deck, Chandler in your deck. I mean, I have two Scolding main. I don't want to play more. Horizon sucks, but I'll keep it regardless. Two Bauble. I can't mulligan hand with two Bauble. Could be anything. You watching me while you're writing your thesis. What's your thesis about? Oh, that's a great iteration. How much does iteration cost on Magic Online? Ethics. Manco troppo. How much is it on TCG Player? È lasciata questa. What, really? It's free? I still never understood this thing of TCG Player. Like, why do they show this number and then it's like not that number? I don't understand that one. Anyway, I'll go Island. I guess I'll bubble you afterwards. I'll play Explosives for one. No, questa è una trashata incredibile, cazzo. Like, did you see? Sorry, opponent. This is like more important. Like, what is this? Is that a Pokemon? Is this some like Force of Will art? As in the game, Force of Will? Ah bon, e che dobbiamo fare? Nada, pass. It's about theoretical physics. Sti cazzi. Cool. Cool story. Wow, I looked so many expressive iterations that Magical Line gave it to me. Imagine that. What good in standard? I don't know. Speaking of thesis, where's my thesis? 1 second. I'm curious. 1 second. I made a thesis about. I never know if it's translated, but yeah, basically like where do you put the stuff that you dredge from the harbor? That was what my thesis was about. Yeah, my law degree thesis. It was about dredge. The magic mechanic. It actually has a meaning. But honestly, one of the things that I remember the most about my thesis is that I spent so much time on it instead of practicing for PT Minneapolis. And I did poorly there. Almost stopping my streak. Thankfully, it didn't stop the streak, but I got close to stop it. So yeah, that's one of my biggest regret of my thesis. But outside of that, it was great because that means it was over. Did I pass? Yeah, everyone's passed. It's like a fake test. It's like supposed to be something meaningful for your life, but in reality it's just that. Some more time to pass the time. I did not like the university life. I mean, I didn't. Sì, ma porca madosca. I didn't really do the university life too much. I was just always going to GPs and Pro Tours every week, basically. In the first years, I was at the school, yeah, but it was fun for sure. Like I don't regret anything I've done, but I wouldn't do it again. 2 channelers, man, you play them? Have you ever had a job not involving magic? No, I mean I never really had a normal job. I always like studied and traveled for magic, and when I finished the study, they made the MPL, so I kept on working with magic. And when they finished the MPL, I am, what you see right now, YouTuber, Twitch streamer, article writer, stuff like that. Yeah. Merda. Dai, terra, terra, ti prego, terra, 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 terra. Boom. Fanculo. Va bene, concede. Next draw. Manco per cazzo. Okay. Now, on the play. I want all the Stern Scolding on the play. I cut Subtlety. I really hate Explosives. I think it's like... I hate that card so much. So mucho. What about Brotherhood End? Nah, whatever. Who cares about Brotherhood End? What about Ragavan? I think that if they do the Lava Art on Ragavan, just sucks. What cast into fire? Alright, I'll have a random Brotherhood end. You got Capiers? Nah. Playing Wine Drop is broken. If I'm cool, I keep again. I died before with this hand, I'm not gonna die again with the same hand, right? Yeah, I mean, they had to play the Pierces. They were gone. Or the Darcys, I mean. Surely I'll draw it. Surely won't go as the previous game. It's a mull? You play your league and have a mull. I'm keeping on my hands. While in the bubble, I keep. You can play your Murktide deck and mulligan at your leisure, at your please. It's not gonna be me. Nah, come passi? You have this in hand. Come on. Come on. Red Elemental Blast. No, who has Peppies? No, come on, Peppies. Vabbè, dai. Follia. Once again, drawing more bubbles than lands. Before, the ratio was 3-1. What's gonna be this time? Deja vu. No, signor, why? No, it's okay. I would mulligan. I wouldn't. How do you mulligan with this deck? You have like 25 1-drop. You draw 2 lands, you're fine. You have... No. Don't mulligan. It went wrong, sure. It's just not... What if it? If I draw a land you would keep? Like... You gotta accept it. What's that? Bone Crusher. Sì, vabbè, Bone Crusher. Ok. Va bene, ho perso. People have this idea that magically, if you mulligan, everything gets fixed. Like that you never draw bad end if you mulligan. Their 6 card is gonna be better than your 7. If your 7 plus the top of your deck is good, it's like... I mean, whatever. I don't have to explain the mulligan. It's just fine. People disagree on mulliganing. People... It was never something that people agreed on. That's the beauty of Magic, though. It's not a... It's not a exact science. I better put that Stern Scolding on Twitter, too. Well, for 1 mana, no card would counter a 4-3. Alright, last match against Alienware. No, Alien Walker. Wait, did I play already against you? No. You think if I don't see a second land, I lose? Well, that's not how Magic works. You can miss your second land drop. I had 4 1-drops to play on turn 1 and 2. Plus, I have Preordain and Consider. Like, the people that do, like, Keeper Mulligan counting, I never understood. What are you actually counting? The chances of drawing a land, and then what? What else are you counting? The chances of your opponent to have the exact same hand that you're counting? Oh. This matchup. Okay. I usually sum it up this way. If you're in doubt about a hand, you keep it. There's the hands that are just mulligan, and every other hand is a keep. This is what I think. This card is unbeatable, by the way. Unbeatable. How do I think the competitive system can improve? I don't know. I think it's gone. I think it's gone. I think with COVID, they realized they can sell a piece of cardboard to anyone without having to do anything. So I think it's gone. Like, we're just lucky that they care and do some events, but you know, should definitely not expect anything anymore. Anything that happens, it's just grateful that exists. This is my point of view right now. The whole reason for competitive Magic was to sell a piece of cardboard. So people would buy those pieces to play, but they realized they don't need tournaments to do that. They just built a brand. It's not even the serialized. I think that one's just whatever. It's just in general. Man, Hero might sucks, but I think I actually have to counter this. Yeah, because like it can become. I mean, that's why Agatha's Wakandra is broken. Because I also like exile my card from the graveyard too. It's just too good. It's just too good. You was supposed to subtlety that Gilded Goose. Maybe. Smirk that tier 1 deck. No, I wouldn't say so. They have to exile a spell now. Also, another thing we have to hope for is that private tournament organizer organize events. Because Wizards would never do it anymore. Like the GPs and stuff. And you should also lower your expectation a lot when you go to those tournaments. Because Wizards was running them at a loss because it was advertising. Now they don't need us money from advertising anymore because they already have made a brand and they don't care about the competitive players that much. So you should just get used to, go to your whether SCG or Legacy European Tour or the Eternal Weekend or whatever, and just expect that things aren't as great value as they used to be back when Wizards was pouring money into the those events. You need a tournament circuit, sure, it'd be great, but you know that it's just if it happens, it's just not gonna be the same as before. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go Subtlety pitch Murktide here and keep iteration. Or I can also go subtle. Yeah, because I need to. Yeah. If I pitch this, If I pitch this... No, I think I'm gonna pitch this. How do you feel about Yawgmoth matchup? I mean, it's bad, but... We'll see. I mean, it's definitely better when I have Subtlety in my deck. Oh, you the Mengu tournament circuit. Oh, I just thought, no. No way. Organizing tournament is crazy. I mean, maybe you might make millions of dollars, but you can also lose, you know, a lot. You're organizing a re-tournament to Regimilian Modern. Nice. Ooh, that's nice. Alright, a very good draw. Counterspell. Actually, this gives me Delirium. Let's do it. Man, I'm winning this game. And bottom, Exalt. On. Your top is what? A grist, or you bottomed it? Oh, nice. What do I use here? I think I'll use the Heat, because both can go face. Top again. Rule 1 of Mango Tournament Circuit, no alternative art cards. No, that's not true. Why would you say that? Rule 1 of Mango Tournament Circuit would be a lunch break of 1 hour. Timer gets reduced from 50 minutes to 40. What else? Bring your own tokens. Nah, that's fine. You're getting free? There's nothing free. You pay for everything. Free isn't a word. Free is dead. That timer change will single-handedly make all the control players not show up in protest. That's great. The timer is so long at Magic tournaments, it's insane. 50 minutes. And then everyone just shows up late and starts chip-chatting and starts the game at 45 minutes and then complains that the opponent played slow. Yeah, clean sideboard. Why would you want to reduce the timer? Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know if you guys are the same, but like, these tournaments last forever. And I think that, I don't know. Sure, like some people go to time and etc., but that would go to time at any timer. If you put on 60 minutes, that would go to time. If you put on 55 minutes, that would go to time. It's just, they're not used to competitive Magic. They're just low. And I get it, it's unlucky if you get paired against them. I mean, I just put pressure, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying shit, by the way. Don't think about what I'm saying. Allora, they have Wall of Roots. I have Delirium here, so yeah, this is good. What about this? Yeah, that's good too. Yes. Oh, don't start a chess clock thing. Actually, that was one of the that video idea I wanted to make, the chess clock. Oh man, by the way, speaking of videos idea, that for that Mango's workshop, it's so... Wait, I didn't expect it to be like this. I didn't expect it to be like this. It's so hard. It's so hard. The editing. I mean, I knew it was very challenging, but man, this is... Toffle doesn't edit. Toffle just sits and plays like me. I'd have to steal Carl. That's the one that does everything. But no, Carl is already overworked. I mean, it's just like you can't compete with Car Market. Like they have like 5 people, and you know, and the real and no, I don't do the editing by myself. That would be impossible. I hired a person that's gonna be my co-host, and he's gonna appear on the video. Hopefully by this Friday it's out. We aimed at last week. We definitely aimed to. Crocodile Tandy, thank you for the Prime sub. I'm gonna go upkeep, Unholy Heat on the wall. Oh, what you do there? Oh. Los Orcos. Los Orcos Hermanos. What if I go consider? You go Scavenging Ooze. You're gonna jam this in Melbourne RC in March. Good luck. Am I fluent in Spanish? No, not at all. Can I just see your hand, opponent? Why isn't Gitaxian Probe legal? I want to know what's going on so that I can play around what you have. Alright, I decided to kill that. No particular reason. I guess I had to make a choice. What do you do? What's the play? What do you do? What's the play videos? What's the play videos? Oh, that's nice. But my content has to be paper, though. I don't want it to be on Magical Line. No, I know. Gitaxian Probe shouldn't be legal. Gitaxian Probe shouldn't have been printed. Gitaxian Probe is one of the many mistakes of new Pyrexia game design. But it's just so so annoying when you play Vintage and they lead on Gitaxian Probe. It's even more annoying than Ancestral. Ancestral, obviously, that's not a card that should have been printed, but that's not a story because it's like 30 years ago. When do you release the first video of Mengu's workshop? I hope this Friday, but man, it's long. Plus, like, on top of that, our first video was lasting forever. Like, we should have definitely shoot another one. The first match even gets a draw. Yeah. It's okay. It's the first one. We've made a lot of mistakes. What would the video be? It's gonna be Pauper video. Blue-white Coggates versus mono-black mono-black Gardens in Pauper. I wanted the first video to be Pauper because it's definitely an underappreciated format. There's not that much content about it, so on and so forth. The next one is gonna be Legacy. I already built the decks. You can go through Magical Line replays. I just hate Magical Line. I only play Magical Line because there's no other options. But what if I countered this? Okay. Then I kill that. Why is it called Mono Black Gardens? Well, it's like Mono Black, but you're playing Carney Gardens. It's actually a nice title, I think. A nice name, I think. Plus, there's this shoe brand in Italy called the Nero Giardini, which makes it, I think the joke is where it comes from. I think it's a very good joke, too. Right, so if I go to Iteration, I don't need to land. What happens? I think it's okay. I think I'm gonna go for Channeler, Unholy Heat here. Surveil, what? Well, I have no idea. Bauble. Sure, Graveyard. And pass. No, true make it in. We'll check it out. We made a podcast yesterday, me, Javier, and Anthony. It's like an hour talk about the new cards. Weird everything. I don't feel like going Murktide. I want to find another Stern Scolding. I believe in the spell pierce. Okay. I believe in the spell pierce. They have Court of Calling. Plus, they may have like Go for the Throat or like things like that for the Murktide. Aslam doesn't pass. How big? The biggest? We have four. I have four Murktide, so it can't be the biggest. But maybe 7/7. It's okay. 7/7. It's okay. This game is just too difficult, honestly. Like, I had like a million choices, and at no point I knew when it was right or wrong. Okay, should I play Consider? Should I play around Go for the Throat? No, I'll play around Go for the Throat. I don't even know if you play it, but I will play around it. What's that, Endurance? Sure. Actually, I can probably also play Consider to pump the Murktide. No. Hoping to find a removal spell for either Grace or Consider, but I failed. I'm gonna go face here. No, I take 12. I'm okay. If I went Subtlety on this Grace, this Endurance, I would have killed Grace. But then if they play a new Grace, I guess I had this. Did I have this? I think I drew it for turn. I don't remember. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked face. I should have attacked Grist. Oh wow, they said not to block. Okay, you have 3 bolts in my deck. Murktide goes down. I'll fetch end of turn as Steam Vents. There's only 2 lands left in my deck. Like Preordain. Stern Scolding. Let's see what I find. Nothing really. I'll bottom both. If attack phase opponent had to block with Endurance, there would have been a lot more life. But it wouldn't have had the Endurance in play. Not sure. Not sure if this was worth it. I'll fetch, since I have last land in my deck. I don't want to draw it. I have 2 cards. I have 3 bolts in my deck. 3 Murktides too. Going down to 1 here. Should I go down to 1 here? Yeah, I think so. I'll go down to 1, then end of turn I'll play Subtlety. And you also go down to 1. I wish you'd be like a creature though. Like a good old 4 mana thing. Like Grist. Yeah, the Spellpierce Gamble is probably wrong. It could have been a bubble. What could have been? Probably a land. I don't know. Anyway, let's go for the Subtlety. End of turn. Lightning Bolt, please. You do 1 and pass. It's classic casting to the fire. Just the worst. Bounce. Pounds. You have 5 cards in hand. Tap 2, untap. Buongiorno, Fable. You came at the very last moment. I guess it's not very last moment, because I'm going to just go Endurance now, and yeah. We're 1 life each. That's what Magic really is about. Opponent has an Orc? Maybe. Hope they play it. Opponent asked, did I shuffle 1 or 2 Stern Scolding, and then I put a happy face? Oh, don't say that, Axin. Opponent has been playing fair and fair. Let's not, how do you say, let's not accuse. J'accuse. That's part of the bad part of playing against a streamer. That people accuse you if you play well. Wall of Roots. I can counter this. Yep. If I had Scalding this, I could have died to Orc. Bolt. Bolt. I have 3 bolts in my deck. Bolt. I bought them both. Bolt. You have to attack and cast into the fire the endurance. Heat was a kill only on paper. On Magical Line, it would have dealt only 2 damage. Cast into the fire can only deal 2 damage to a creature on paper. In Magical Line, you have to split them. Alright. My opponent plays Yawg. A fetch land can only be fetched at 1 life on paper. On Magical Line, if you do that, you die on the spot. You think they have the Orc? I think so. I think they have the Orc. Worst Yawg ever? Well, it attacks, I die. I think I'll let this resolve. You think I have to counter? Chat, if I counter, they have Orc, and I draw, and I die, and the next draw is a Bolt, I blame you. I figure that if I don't counter and they don't have the... Okay, I don't counter. I don't counter. You know why? You know why? Because on top of the deck, there's a Lightning Bolt. Now, Lightning Bolt. Va bene? Merda, they didn't have the Orc! Va bene, va bene, va bene, va bene, va bene. Questa è buona, questa è buona, questa è buona. Bottom top. Play Merc. Pass. You have 2 cards in hand. They didn't have Orc. They didn't have Orc. I don't think they have Orc. You think they have it? Okay. Let's see. GG, they say. Man, I wish this was a trophy. It's not. What did I lose to? Oh yeah, I lost to that prowess deck. That my deck didn't function. They have push Reclamation Sage in end. Actually, thank you for gifting a sub. They didn't have it. They didn't have York. I lost to Knob Mulligan. Stop saying that! I mean... Like, game 1 against Yawg, I kept the same end, and I drew it. Nobody said anything. Do you only point it out when it doesn't go well? That's a bad way to live your life. That you only point out the mistake when you win. Sorry, when you lose. Alien Wildcare, thank you for the games. So you didn't have the Orc. I thought you had the Orc. I thought you had the Orc. No, we play 4 Stern Scolding. Per card was Legion's End. Man, Legion's End and Fatal Push in your hand. Yeah, no, we don't play any Ledger Shredder. Legacy time? No, I have the RC, it's modern. Curse Totem not good anymore. It was never good. Nobody ever thought it was good. Who thought it was good? I guess the people who didn't play Modern thought that that was good. But anyway, that is it for this video. If you watched on YouTube, make sure to let me know how much you like Murktide Regent from 0 to 10. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, because they help this channel grow.